So I'm pursuing I'm starting a career in corrections pretty soon. Um it's crazy. Um it's like it's surreal. Something I never really thought twice about. Like I never thought that I would pursue um being a corrections officer or anything and with that had anything to do with law enforcement. Um Not gonna lie, man, like I'm nervous. But I've been I've been thinking more than ever lately, um, thinking about what's next. You know what I mean? What's next for me? And I'm kind of like going with the flow. You know what I mean? Like I'm kind of going with the flow. Uh, Coming from where I come from, anything that got to do with policing or law enforcement is like it's frowned upon. So much so that even if you had a desire to want to be a police officer or a corrections officer or a detective, undercover cop, you know, SWAT, anything, uh, just always like X'd out. You know what I mean? You was looked at a certain kind of way if you even spoke about wanting to be affiliated with law enforcement. You know what I mean? But I've always had my um I was curious about certain things. Like I said, as a kid, might have wanted to be a police officer, a detective. Um, but lately, more than ever, I've just been really hung up on what's next for me. And it was weird, like how it came together, and just kind of like how things align with corrections. Um, but it did, you know what I mean? And um, my whole thing has just been uh, purpose, meaning, going the right way, and always talking to God, the Creator, uh, in a way of like, just put me where you need me. I just wanna play my position. I just want to do what I'm here to do. You know what I'm saying? And I think I could bring a lot. Uh, I think I could bring a lot uh, to the prison. Uh, you know, I think I could be that beacon of light in a way of just being relatable, being thorough, um as far as just being a relatable person, not making friends, not doing the weird shit like that, but just being relatable, you know what I'm saying? Um Knowing what it's like to be on both sides of the fence, not doing hard time, but just I've been in the streets, you know what I'm saying? And to now be on the other side, um, being relatable in that way, you know what I'm saying? Understanding and really just coming from that, that walk of life. So it did it intrigued me. Um and what kind of attracted me the most was like it's so many different it's so many different avenues, it's so many different hats you can wear. uh like even for me, corrections might just be a foot in the door, but they got corrections counselors, you know, probation officers, parole officers. Um, you know, you can move up in the ranks, you know, of corrections, you know, the ranks of a correctional officer to lieutenant, warden. Um, you know, they got this, they just have, they got it's a lot of shit, bro. Highway patrol, if you wanted to go into, you know, being a police officer, like it's just so many different things. And for me, coming from working a really, really repetitive job, and the shit was driving me crazy. You know, like I talk about on this channel, I was making 30 something dollars an hour, bro, and I like walked away from that shit because very slowly but surely I was like losing myself. I was losing my mind just in that repetitive warehouse environment. Every day was the same. No day was different. You know, it was just like it was just like really, really repetitive work. And another thing that just kind of like piqued my interest was just like no 2 days would be the same. You know what I'm saying? Whether that's excitement, whether it's drama, chaos, uh, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But you're not going to work every day knowing exactly what you're getting into. You know what I mean? Because a lot of times that could, uh, that shit can like talk you out of. It could convince you to not even go to work. You know what I'm saying? Like you wanna, you don't want to go to work. You go to sleep at night thinking about not going to work the next day. You wake up, you know what I mean? And like just that kind of shit could fuck you up. It could fuck your day up. It could fuck your week up. You know, just waking up to the same shit, knowing that it's gonna be the same shit every day, all day. You know, people saying the same shit, literally using the same sentences, talking about the same shit, doing the same shit. It plays on your psyche, man. Not that working in a prison don't in other ways, but I was just looking for something that was different. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, you know, just conversations with the creator, just asking to be led, you know, asking for help while navigating through this life. And I stepped away from my job 17 months ago, and it was probably one of the best decisions I ever made. Um, and you know, time went on, and my plan ain't go nowhere near the way I thought it would go. Um, and you know, in saying all that, you know, obviously, you know, it has come a time where I got to get back out there. You know, I still got kids. I got a family, um, family that I love and care about and would do anything for. So I'm just like at the point now where um, I'm ready for the next chapter in my life, uh, in its entirety. You know, my life, career. Like I said, you know, dealing with inmates for some people might be intimidating. For me, um, it's a little different for me, you know, being as though the way I was brought up and what I was brought up around. Like I said, um, it's crazy, bro. Just thinking about it, like I can't even believe that I'm saying this shit. Like I'm really about to start my career as a corrections officer, and you couldn't have told me this shit a year ago. You know what I'm saying? But it's exciting. It's brand new. It's unfamiliar. Um, it's crazy. I was on the interview and shit, and I'm in the hallway, and I'm sitting by the office waiting to you know, have my interview. I'm sitting out there with it's me, some white lady, skinny, frail ass white lady, and some tall ass black boy, and I was sitting next to a chick. She went in to get interviewed. She was coming from the county. She was trying to get into the state. So, you know, some black boy, then she went, and she in there, I'm sitting there with my head down, but then I'm looking up at the like the billboard, and I'm thinking that it was inmates. just like good behavior, certain shit like that. I'm thinking that it's inmates, and I'm like, damn, wouldn't it be crazy if I seen a nigga up here that I know? And I'm just looking through the little pictures and shit, the different little they look like little IDs. So I'm just looking, I'm like, damn, watch I fuck around and see somebody on this joint I know. And not a minute later, bro, I hear the door open, and it's three bulls. It's a Spanish bull, like a white bull, I say, black bull, another black bull. They come in with their browns on and shit, DOC shit. Push one bull pushing the trash can. So I'm sitting in my head down and shit. I look up. I said, I know this ain't this nigga. The bull heard me. Look down. Brand. I said, what the fuck, bro? When you so we, you mean yo, nigga, damn, what the fuck you doing up here, bro? What's the odds of seeing you up here, bro? Damn, that's crazy. I'm looking at this nigga, you know, I said a few words to him, but I'm in my mind like, damn, I hope this nigga don't blow my shit. You know what I mean? I don't want them to hear him, you know, he calling me by my name and shit. Yo, bro, damn, that's crazy. Telling the other inmate boys and shit. You know what I mean? He know me from down the way and all that. Seeing a nigga up there I fucking grew up with. I'm talking about like grew up with, like knee high, like, you know what I mean? Like elementary school, kindergarten type shit. You know what I mean? Seeing the nigga up there. Wasn't surprised that I seen him up there, but, well, wasn't surprised he was booked, but more so where the prison is located. It was just like way out, you know what I mean? I'm like, you know, what the fuck was the odds of just me seeing this bull, you know what I mean, up here and shit like that? It was just like the most randomest type of thing. But yeah, man, it just it's just it's a new chapter in my life, bro. Like, and it's exciting. Like I said, I'm nervous. But I think I could grow there. You know what I'm saying? I think I bring something to the table from my life experiences. Not going in there being a cool CEO and, you know, looking out for everybody. Fuck no. But just treating people like people, treating inmates like people. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, they still people. You know what I'm saying? Like, they committed crimes. You know who to treat a certain way. You know what I mean? All that other goofy shit, we ain't got to really say too much of that, obviously. But you know, people make mistakes in other ways. You know what I'm saying? In other illegal ways. You goof weird niggas that's in there for those reasons, you get treated accordingly. But you know, you got people that just made mistakes 20 years ago, 15 years ago. One mistake cost them their freedom. So it's like, you know, just going in there and just being relatable in that kind of way. You know what I'm saying? Not shitting on everybody because I got some power. Not talking to people all crazy. You know what I'm saying? It's different though, man. And like I said, for me, corrections is probably a foot in the door. I don't know where I'm gonna end up. Like I said, something else that piqued my interest was corrections counselor. You know what I'm saying? Because I like to help people, bro. You know, I like to give. I like to turn around and reach back. I like to extend my hand. You know what I'm saying? That's why I fell in love with this YouTube shit as well. It's like, I like to help. You know what I mean? If I could help, if my story, if my experience can help you, that's what I want to do. I get enjoyment out of that. And I was a selfish nigga. I was a stingy nigga. I'm the only child, so I move a certain kind of way. But as I got older and had kids, I found enjoyment in helping people. You know what I'm saying? I ain't going in that joint on no pushover shit because I'm far from that. That's not who I am anyway. But if I could help, if I could, you know, maybe bridge some gaps, you know what I'm saying, with corrections or, you know, inmates and, you know, certain shit. A lot of people, just like police officers, a lot of police officers kill people, shoot people because they be scared. You know, you're going to have people that's in the prison that's probably going to be scared of the inmates. So they going to do a lot of scary shit. You know, the most dangerous motherfucker on on this earth is somebody that is scary, like that's a scared person is a dangerous person. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially a scared person with a weapon or a scared person with authority and power. You know what I'm saying? They dangerous. That's a dangerous person. Again, that's why police officers get such a bad rep, because they come to police certain neighborhoods and areas and they be scared going into these neighborhoods and areas. So any wrong move, they ready to shoot a nigga, they ready to kill a nigga. You know what I mean? And the proof is in the pudding. That's why it's the way it is. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, I'm just, it's crazy, like I said, to even think that this is something that I'm pursuing. I gotta go through a 5-week training program. That's gonna be tough. Being away from my family. I ain't never been away from my family since I started having kids. I've never been away from my kids more than a day. So to go away 5 weeks straight, I think it's Monday through Sunday. I don't even think we get to come home on the weekends. It's on the campus. I think I'm gonna have a roommate. You know what I'm saying? I ain't went through that shit since I was in Job Corps, Morganfield, Kentucky. And that shit was rough. Being 16 out there in Morganfield, fucking Kentucky, in the middle of nowhere, was a shock. It was a shock to my system. So even being 37, still going away, being on campus, not coming home. I mean, we got FaceTime, but it's still gonna be different. You know what I'm saying? But one thing I noticed too with this whole process is a lot of shit I gotta go through that I wouldn't typically go through for a job. And I think, like I said, the creator is putting me in front of adversity. You know what I'm saying? It's putting me in front of obstacles. You know what I'm saying? It's putting me in front of unfamiliarity, uncomfortability, the stuff that I usually tap out on and quit on and say fuck it. You know what I'm saying? Based around from me getting the medical exam, psych John, like it's so much shit you gotta go through that you'll be like, man, I ain't doing that for no fucking job. You know what I'm saying? Basic training, going away for 5 weeks. I gotta get fucking shot with a taser. I gotta get tased. You know what I'm saying? Like it's so much shit. And then, to be honest, the starting pay, I was making a lot more than that. Where I was at. Most recently. Before I left, and so that's another thing. You know what I mean? But I think the creator got that much faith and understand and that much understanding that I learned from certain shit, like, to know that I don't prioritize the money shit no more. You know what I'm saying? It's deeper than just money. It's bigger than just money to me. You see what I'm saying? Like, the creator know that I'm now I'm able to see light at the end of the tunnel. You know what I mean? Maybe not before, but now I do. So I could say fuck it because of that. Like, man, they not even really starting off at no crazy amount in the 30s and nothing like that. You see what I'm saying? So why I'm gonna go through all of this and be underpaid or feel like, you know what I'm saying? Most people will complain about that. You know what I mean? But for me, I'm humbled and I understand that all I need is to know that it's light at the end of the tunnel and I'm gonna rock out. You see what I'm saying? To see the potential in this. You know what I mean? That's all I need. You know what I mean? So for me, it ain't even about the money, bro. It's like career, yes, but even like second to none, I could grow. It's so many different opportunities working for the state. You know what I'm saying? Or just working in the prison. You know what I'm saying? Working working in that world. You know what I'm saying? It's so many different ways to elevate and grow. So I'm looking at it like a great opportunity to change my life, my family life. Yeah, because like I said, the starting rate ain't nothing super crazy, but like I said, I started at the bottom before. That's why I said, like, I just understand it different, bro. Like, things is different for me. It ain't, how I see all this shit different, bro. I see it all different. That's the beauty in going through life. You know what I mean? You able to learn, bro, and just and appreciate. You know what I'm saying? Differently. Appreciate more. Um, but it's so many things. That's how I know that that next chapter, man. It's that I'm taking that next step because, like I said, man, the old me would have said, "Fuck this joint." You know what I mean? But I see a lot of potential. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, going into this shit, man, if I could help somebody, if I could be a beacon of light, if I could be motivation, if I can inspire somebody, they could see me and say, "Damn, this nigga, you know what I mean? He come from the same shit I come from. And he on that side." And sometimes, man, I ain't gonna lie, not to toot my own horn, but I set a lot of trends. I influence a lot of people. I've influenced a lot of people that I've came in contact with in throughout my whole life. You might have motherfuckers that's like, "Damn, bro, doing it," and he come from where I come from. Now he a corrections officer. He ain't worrying about what niggas saying or what niggas think, or, "Oh, that nigga lame, he a correction," or "Nigga, you a snitch," or you on that side with the, you know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, a career in corrections, man. It's real. It's crazy. But I'm excited, and yeah, man, just to just to get it going. You know what I'm saying? And just see what's in store for me, man. What's next? That's my whole thing. Seeing what's next for me while taking care of my kids and providing for them again, and just getting back to that. You know what I mean? Those are the things. Like I said, that's the shit I enjoy for free. You know what I'm saying? With no nothing. No incentive. No benefit. Just that's pure just enjoyment. You know what I mean? Just taking care of my kids and just making sure they good. And like I said, I just wanted to be a part of something where no 2 days are the same. You know what I mean? Like, so we gonna see, man. I'm gonna keep y'all updated. You already know throughout the process. I don't know when I'm starting basic training. I don't even have a date yet, but I got a few more things that just to finish up, and then I'm gonna be on my way. So it's crazy, man. But yeah, your boy about to be a corrections officer, and I'm excited, man. I'm excited. Like I said, this is way out of the norm. You know what I mean? This is completely new. So yeah, I mean,